A man was flying first class on his birthday when a young mom boarded the same flight. Her baby was sick, but happy. When the infant began to yell, the mom casually joked with other passengers about it. Then the flight attendant approached. Before she knew it, she was being escorted out of her seat in tears. Kelsey Zwick was flying from Orlando to Philadelphia with her 11-month-old daughter Lucy when things took a shocking turn after she boarded her American Airlines flight with the sick infant. She was headed to Children's Hospital, CHOP, with Lucy, who was born 11 weeks premature along with her identical twin sister Ava. Although Ava was born crying and breathing, Lucy was blue and very sick, her mom explained. Sadly, born at 29 weeks gestation, Lucy suffered from severe chronic lung disease as a result of twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, TTTS, a complication of the pregnancy, according to Fox News. After she was born, Lucy was immediately placed on maximum support for her lungs. Lucy and Eva both spent months in the NICU before being cleared to go home. For quite some time afterward, though, Lucy still required oxygen at all times of the day. But as the brave little girl was getting better, her need had decreased. She still needed the assistance of supplemental oxygen at night, and while flying, however, that's what caught the attention of 46-year-old Jason Kunzelman of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Jason, an industrial engineer, was flying back to his home state on his birthday after working on a project in Florida, Daily Mail reported. He had booked a first-class seat and was just getting comfortable when he saw Kelsey boarding the plane with Lucy. And he couldn't help but notice the little girl's oxygen machine. He realized the medical device couldn't be put overhead and would have to be with Kelsey the entire time. Seeing this as a problem, he called for a flight attendant. Kelsey believes she was pushing the stroller with a diaper bag on her arm while also lugging the oxygen machine for her daughter when Jason first saw her. We had smiles on our faces as we were headed to see her friends at CHOP. Kelsey explained in a Facebook post. We pre-boarded the plane, got cozy in our window seat, and made jokes to those around us about having to sit by my yelling but happy baby. That's when the flight attendant approached the unsuspecting mom with a message from Jason. She came over and told Kelsey the man in 2D was waiting to switch seats. "You were giving up your comfort first-class seat to us," a very grateful Kelsey revealed in her post, addressing Jason and thanking the kind stranger for his selfless generosity. Although she admits it took her a moment to realize why Jason wanted to switch seats. When it sunk in that a perfect stranger just wanted to bless her and her daughter, she began to bawl. "Not able to hold back tears, I cried my way up the aisle while my daughter Lucy laughed. She felt it in her bones, too. Real, pure goodness. I smiled and thanked you as we switched, but didn't get to thank you properly," Kelsey wrote. So, thank you, not just for the seat itself, but for noticing, for seeing us, and realizing that maybe things are not always easy, for deciding you wanted to show a random act of kindness to us, she continued. It reminded me how much good there is in this world. I can't wait to tell Lucy someday. In the meantime, we will pay it forward, Kelsey added. It was a gesture of someone saying, I see you and this is what I can do, she said, saying that Jason's one small deed reminded her how blessed she and her husband truly are. As I sat in the roomy seat, I couldn't help but reflect. First, the long road on not knowing if we could have children of our own. We got pregnant and were diagnosed with TTTS, a rare complication. Overnight, we had to fly across the country to get a fetal surgery when I was pregnant, Kelsey revealed. We didn't know if they would survive the procedure, but these girls are fighters. They did amazing, she furthered. Kelsey hopes others are inspired by the kindness Jason showed her and Lucy. You never know what people are going through, she said. One small act of kindness is a ripple effect, she continued. And when you get to the other side of your struggle, whatever that looks like, pay it forward, Kelsey added. The world is hungry for kindness, and I hope this expands far beyond what happened to us, she concluded, and it most certainly did. The inspirational post went viral because, in Kelsey's own words, the whole world clearly needed Jason's kindness. As Kelsey settled into the first-class seat, her heart was filled with overwhelming gratitude, and she couldn't help but replay the events in her mind. The comfort of the spacious seat allowed her a rare moment of relaxation, something she didn't often experience, as Lucy's primary caregiver. Sitting there, Kelsey felt as if she and her daughter were truly seen. With Lucy happily nestled beside her, Kelsey let herself imagine how Jason's thoughtful gesture would one day be a powerful story to share with her daughter, a testament to human kindness. The other passengers on the plane soon noticed the commotion, and many were visibly moved by the sight of Kelsey's tears and Lucy's joyful laughter. Several people even smiled warmly at Kelsey, nodding in quiet appreciation of Jason's selfless act. One elderly woman leaned over, gently squeezing Kelsey's hand as if to say, "You're not alone." It was a moment of unity among strangers, a shared acknowledgement of how something as small as switching seats could bring so much light into someone's life. As they flew through the clouds toward Philadelphia, Kelsey found herself reflecting on the countless hospital visits, sleepless nights, and days of worry she had endured since the birth of her twin girls. She remembered how fragile Lucy had been, relying on machines to breathe and spending months in the NICU, while her sister Eva, although healthier, had also required constant care. Jason's act of kindness felt like a reminder that there were people out there who understood, even if they didn't know her story in detail. When they finally landed, Kelsey wanted to thank Jason again, but he had already slipped away into the crowd. Despite not having a chance to speak to him personally, she felt that his kindness would stay with her and Lucy forever. Determined to honor his gesture, Kelsey decided to share their story online, hoping it would inspire others to spread kindness in their own way. Within hours of posting, the story began to circulate rapidly, reaching people around the world who were moved by Jason's simple but powerful act. Messages of support and admiration poured in from strangers across the globe, many sharing their own stories of kindness or times when a stranger's compassion had made a difference in their lives. Kelsey was overwhelmed by the response. In reading these messages, she realized that, like Jason, many people wanted to be a force for good in the world. They just needed a reminder of how impactful a single gesture could be. Lucy's condition continued to improve over the next few months, and Kelsey kept her promise to pay Jason's kindness forward. Whenever she saw someone struggling, whether it was a mom trying to manage a stroller or someone who seemed lost in thought, she would find small ways to lend a hand. "It's like Jason planted a seed in our hearts that keeps growing," she often told friends. One small act of kindness really does ripple outward. One day, Kelsey received a letter in the mail from someone who had read her story. It was a young mother who had just gone through a similar experience with her own child. She wrote about how Kelsey's story had lifted her spirits during her toughest days. That letter touched Kelsey deeply, and she realized that Jason's kindness had not only impacted her and Lucy, but had also uplifted countless others who were going through their own battles. As Lucy grew older, Kelsey shared the story with her, describing how a stranger's selfless act had changed their lives during a difficult time. Lucy listened intently, and even though she was too young to fully understand, she seemed to grasp the importance of kindness. Each time Kelsey recounted the tale, she would tell Lucy, "Always remember, there are good people in the world, and you can be one of them." Years later, Kelsey and Lucy had the chance to reconnect with Jason through a mutual friend who had read Kelsey's story online. Jason was surprised by how far his small act of kindness had traveled. When he met Lucy, now a healthy and spirited child, he was moved to tears, realizing the profound effect his gesture had had on her life and so many others. The encounter inspired Jason to continue spreading kindness, often reaching out to help others in ways he hadn't considered before, whether he was helping was mahimanding hand at work, or supporting a local charity. Jason found purpose in being a source of goodness in the world, a purpose he hadn't fully realized until Kelsey's story brought it to light. As Kelsey and Jason shared their experiences over coffee, they discovered that both had faced significant challenges in their lives. Kelsey recounted the emotional roller coaster of having premature twins and the toll it had taken on her family. Jason shared his own struggles, detailing how he had once faced a difficult period in his career that left him feeling isolated and uncertain. "It was during that time that I realized how much a simple act of kindness could change someone's day, or even their life," he said. This exchange of stories deepened their connection and reinforced their shared belief that compassion is a vital part of the human experience. Inspired by their conversation, Kelsey and Jason decided to collaborate on a project aimed at promoting kindness and compassion within their communities. They launched a social media campaign encouraging people to share their own stories of kindness, both given and received. The campaign quickly gained traction, with people from all walks of life participating and sharing their experiences. Kelsey and Jason realized that their initial encounter had sparked a movement, reminding everyone that kindness, no matter how small, has the power to create a ripple effect that can change the world for the better. As the campaign flourished, Kelsey and Jason witnessed firsthand the transformative impact of their efforts. Communities came together to support one another, inspiring acts of kindness that ranged from small gestures like helping a neighbor with groceries to larger initiatives such as organizing fundraisers for families in need. With each story shared, the bond between Kelsey and Jason grew stronger, rooted in a shared mission to foster goodwill. They often reflected on that fateful flight that connected their lives, realizing that what began as a simple act of compassion had blossomed into a powerful movement, encouraging countless individuals to look beyond themselves and create a world filled with kindness, one gesture at a time.